kind of gorgeous. All right, let's go in the greenhouse. Got some pretty good frost action. Oh wow, locks are frozen. That one was. There we go. Woo! It is not 44 degrees in here. It is 34 degrees. So probably a good thing I came out here to check. We need to probably turn on our propane heater. You know, just judging from the looks of these plants, we had already had that one night where I let the propane run out and everything froze. So a lot of this damage you see here, the yellow leaves, was from that. Looks like it might have happened again. I'm gonna need to check the temperature history here and see. The olive there looks okay. I feel the heat coming off these electrics. Boy, is it just not enough to heat this greenhouse much more than 10 degrees above what it is outside. Really do need to bring the propane online. So this is actually a good sign. These succulents don't look like they took a hit last night. They'll often wilt right up if it's too cold. As example here, this is the one that really got popped the last time. I'm not sure if it'll come back or not. By the way, we're out here painting when it was warmer, and I think everything looks really nice. Right under the heater. And it does give off a nice little bit of heat, but with it being 17 now, it says outside, the second the sun goes down, everything's gonna drop in here. So we're just gonna beat it to the punch. So let's get everything set up. And here's some snow too. Where is this coming from? Where is this snow? Oh, I see. It's right here. So we got a little leak in the insulation. See the air on the cobwebs up there? So there's air blowing in, a little bit of snow, and it's just falling down right inside here. And there's snow up there on the wall. So that's giving me a good indication of where we got some leaks we can fix. So that's actually a good documentation. All right, so let's get this 30,000 BTU propane heater turned around here and set up. Action going here. And this thing has its built-in fan, so that'll help. We got the box in the back that'll circulate air in here, and we should be good. So let's go outside and make sure the propane is turned on. It should be turned on. I'm a little concerned about the levels out there, so let's go look at that. Back to the cold. The wind's blowing so hard against this door, it's just staying shut. All right. So this is the gauge. Since we got propane, this one says a little lower. So I think what I'm gonna do, I think I only had one of these open. Yeah, it's this one. I'm gonna open. What I'm gonna do is open this. We'll give this a little boost. This is full, so there we go. Don't need to open it much, you can hear it. Just kind of stabilizing. And we'll run that for the rest of today, tonight. In the morning I'll come out, we'll check levels again. And if I have to, I'll pull this tank, go get it refilled, and we'll run off of this one the next night. So, fun stuff. Wow. And let's go check that temperature history too while we're inside. All right. I like these new locks I put on. Keeps it much tighter in here. Okay. So I have this inside lock if I need it. You have to set the camera down. Wow. All right. Ice. Okay. So just real quick here, we can see 17 right now, 33.9 inside. If we go back through history here, let's see how cold it got. Okay. Let's see if we drop below 32. Ooh, right there. 30. Oh, got down to 30. Oh no, that's bad. That was... Okay, so we had an hour. Oh, bummer. Dang it. Let me look at that one more time. That's surprising. Okay. So here we go. We are at 19 outside, 18 outside, 18, 19 dropped to 28. So normally, well, that's about right. Electrics can keep it 10 degrees warmer here. That's in the morning before the sun comes up. So we did get hit in here. Now this is by the door. It could be colder there than it is over here. I could run, I got a temperature thing here. I think what I'll do is I'll download the data out of this, see if we actually did go that low right around the plants here. But yeah, that's kind of bad news. So let's go ahead and get the heater started. So basically what you got here is you turn this to pilot, and then you know, you just hold this down, run this until you see the little pilot light on the inside there turn on. You can let go of that knob, and then just turn this to 1, and you should see it light right up. There we go. All right. Okay. So good, we'll just let this go. I always make sure there's no like loose debris piled up in front of here. I have had no issues with just having the mulch here and stuff, but I don't want any like paper or you know, if I'm weeding, I don't want to leave a pile of brush here and cause a fire and burn my greenhouse down. Neighbors wouldn't like that, nor would I. But I think what we'll do while we're waiting for this to heat up in here is we'll download this data off of these thermometers and see what we got. So watch this though. This is 36.5 a second to now 6. Really fast. This is going to go up. So I'll just set you here while I do this. You know, there's an app for your phone. I have this one here and then another temperature gauge back here I'll show you. It's up there, and you can see it there. So that's the one I actually check with the camera. So I have a camera in here. You know, it looks in the greenhouse. I could see if there's any activity in here. But the main thing I'm always looking at is that thermometer up there, temperature gauge, to see if there's a, you know, if we're gonna hit freezing. And then I can also actually see way back there. I have a plant kind of in the way now, but the big one on the wall. So those Wi-Fi cameras come in handy as I'm checking the performance. So I kind of glance back here and see where that red indicator's at, the needle's at. So, but all right. So we had some warm weather for just a few days. So I had an opportunity to get the paintbrush out and do a little primer, do some kills on these boards. And you can see what I'm doing here is I'm actually laying in this pea gravel along the boards versus it used to be just dirt, and that's obviously going to rot things, so not a good idea. And it looks pretty good. So nice little whitewash of all the nastiness that had accumulated over the last couple years in the greenhouse. So I think it looks nice. So we'll give it a nice fresh look along with the new pea gravel beds here, switching to the pots. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what this is gonna do as far as being a little more modular, flexible in terms of moving plants around and optimizing, you know, their growth and health. So you can see some of these plants are really kind of dormant. Obviously growth is slowed way down here in winter as we keep just coming right up to the cusp of freezing temperatures, sometimes slipping below the line, which isn't good. But some of these actually look pretty good considering. Got some little lemons here. If these make it much farther, I'm gonna transplant those into bigger pots. The olives, I gotta deal with some leaf issue there, but at least they're surviving. Some flowering plants. I know this looks dead, but it actually comes back. So we'll let it go till spring here and see if the vine actually produces more leaves. It has a really nice flower on it. And here's Brussels sprouts. Just keep growing. Another lemon plant, some peppers in the planted ground. This is date palm here. Literally bought some dates, you know, at Aldi. Took the seeds and planted them, just threw them into pots, and this is what comes up. It's kind of neat. And a lot of lemons in here, more olive. We have our avocado, which has such a spindly, you see that real spindly kind of trunk. So we'll see how that does. Leaves are looking pretty wilty. It does not like the cold temperature. So our biggest lemon here was growing all the way to the ceiling before we had that cold snap. But again, I see a lot of positivity in the trunks and the branches. Leaves, you know, those can take a hit. They'll fall off. They'll grow new leaves, hopefully, and we'll be fine. Obviously here, these bananas are looking toast. I don't think they're going to make it. I was optimistic about this one up close because it still had a little bit of green down on the trunk, but that's even faded away, so don't think that's going to make it. I forget the name of this plant. Nice flowering plant. It looks like the actual branches are okay. The leaves, you know, again, don't like the cold, so they may fall away. We'll see if we get new ones. This is the Christmas plant that you're not supposed to be able to kill, but apparently freezing temperatures will kill it. So we'll see if that comes back. We got jasmine up there. Got several jasmine plants. That's the biggest, most healthy one right there. And then we had one that actually didn't die from the cold, died from me forgetting to water it. And so here it is. I've been trying to get that back with some water. Good sign is if you look here, right here, you'll see, even though it looks kind of spindly and dead, it's not. It's still producing some green leaves, so that's a good sign. So all in all, we're sitting here, you can see outside and listen. You hear the roaring wind of Kansas buffeting the greenhouse. And maybe this is the best illustration of all. Got our streaks of snow out there, but here we are sitting out in the middle of the field, and it's getting toasty in here. We're up to 38 now here. We'll check over here. We're up to 40 on this one. Temperature's going up. The heat feels great. I'm sure this little fan will kick on in a minute. That's actually what I'm waiting for. As soon as that fan kicks on, we'll head back to the house. So, yeah, I was hoping that... Oh, here's something else. Look at this. This is all new growth on this olive. That's good. And oh, so this dead plant here, it looks dead, actually will look more like this one. This is the same plant you see down here. And this flowers. So once it gets warm again, I think it'll come back. But yeah, I got to continue this painting project is what I was going to say. So, you know, just sprucing up the ladder, the poles here, giving it another coat. I've been just making my way around here. You can see here I've let a lot of dirt and debris accumulate along the edges here. I need to get all that off, kind of block it off, and then paint it. And then what I'll do is I'll cover all that with rock. And I think that'll be a better solution for in here. Here's the grapevine. Gets real brittle in winter. You can really cut it back hard if you want, but just letting it be. We'll see how it takes off again. Aloe Vera plant here. This really took a hit. This was a very large plant. You see I've had to cut it all back because the freeze hit it. But some new growth coming up. Optimistic about that. And this pile of dirt here, believe it or not, is rhubarb. And this looked identical to this last year at this time, and as soon as spring rolled in, pop, up came rhubarb. So we'll see if that repeats itself again this year. I'm kind of excited for that. It's a pretty looking rock. So, all right. Well, let's head back out into the freezing cold temperatures. I hear the fan kicked on. So that's the nice thing about that. I mean, the only bad thing about this Mr. Heater is, you know, it's not... I wish I could put a temperature gauge on this and have it automatically just kick on and off. You have to manually turn it on and off. So that's the major downside. I mean, think about it. It's January or February or December. It gets dark, you know, 6 o'clock or whatever. Freezing cold. We're way in the back of the yard here on an acre, so you know, temperatures start going down and the electrics can't keep up, so you gotta trudge out here in freezing cold temperature, you know, and it's very dark. Manually turn this on and then turn it back off in the morning. The second the sun comes up, you know, everything heats back up. So they do sell a RV furnace. It's like a mini little furnace, and it hooks up to the same kind of propane system. And I think, you know, we'll go another year or two with this, but if we want to get really serious, I think that's what we need to do. That's basically like for, you know, obviously for an RV, but like a small little shed or cabin. I've seen lots of YouTube videos where these little mini furnaces are hooked up right in the wall. They're vented outside, and those are on an automatic thermostat, and that would eliminate so much effort. Then you only got to worry about replacing, you know, propane bottles, which that's not too bad. You don't have to do that once in a while. So anyway, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So let's head back out into the cold. Warm my hands up just a little bit more. The other thing we might see if we wait long enough in here, as the propane heater heats up the inside of the greenhouse, all this ice and frost that's accumulated on the tough cut panels will start to melt. You can already see it happening there. Oh, and it will literally, like for a little bit in here, it'll just start raining inside as the drips come off the ceiling. It's kind of funny to watch it happen. So